everybody knows the schedule. So I will see you. Are you smoking again?
No,
Where's that smoke coming from?
I don't know.
You tell that cat to stop smoking cigars. No more of that lazy cat. Unbelievable. He just sleeps all the time and eats and sleeps and then sits back and smokes big cigars. That's a crazy cat. That's a crazy cat. I got to get a picture. Oh my God, I saw 3 cats on your avatar. How many cats do you have?
5.
You have 5 cats?
Yes.
I don't believe you. I only see one lazy cat laying down sleeping all the time behind you. Where are all the other cats?
Gone.
They're gone, huh? Are you eating?
No.
Are you chewing bubble gum?
No.
I see. You have new headsets.
Yes.
They're new or you had them before?
It's new.
Ah, that's good because you'll be able to hear me even clearer now, right?
Yes.
The sound is really good now?
Yes.
Yes. And you have a little white fluffy thing on the top of your head? Are you nervous for your first test? Maybe.
I don't
know. Yeah, I actually think you could probably go to a higher level. How old are you now, Glory? 7 or 8?
7.
You're 7 years old, so grade 2. So where did you learn all your English?
What?
Where did you learn all your English? You must have started at a very young age. Who do you speak English with?
My teacher.
Just your teachers? That's it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're a natural speaker. You're good with language. And you like English. So that helps a lot. So did you get a chance to review the topic, the lesson on Canada and the maple trees?
Yes.
All right. Because it's a tough test. It's hard because we're talking about another country and something that they do that's very different from your own country. And food that you've never had before. So it's a little difficult, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try because I think you can do a good job. So what we're going to do is really, really simple. It's kind of like the test. It's kind of like what we do at the end of the class when we read about the topic, right? So we're going to read about Canada and we're going to read about how they make maple syrup. And from your reading, I'm going to score your fluency and your pronunciation, your reading skills. That's number 1. But what's really important is that you understand what you're reading, because after I'm going to ask you some questions about Canada and maple syrup, like how they make it, where it comes from, things like that. And then you have to tell me about the story and answer the questions so I can score you on your vocabulary, your grammar, and comprehension, how much you understand of what you read. So basically, you read a story and you tell me about it, and I ask you questions. Got it?
Okay.
Where's the cat?
Laying there.
Oh, laying down over there now. Okay. Not going to disturb you? Cat's not going to start attacking you or anything? No? You're safe?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're safe. All right. Well, now we will start. So you start reading about Canada and the maple tree. Canada is in North America.
Canada is in North America and is the world's second largest country. Canada is famous for its mountains, lakes, and forests, and for its very cold winters. The Canadian flag is red and white. In the center, there is a maple leaf. The maple leaf is the symbol of Canada in autumn. The leaves of the maple trees change from green to red and yellow, and they make the forest look very beautiful. You can see the maple leaf on a coin too. Gold maple leaf coins are made from pure gold and are very expensive. Canadians use Canadians use maple trees for many things. Wooden houses are popular in Canada, and some people build their houses from maple wood. You can see beautiful tables and chairs made from wood in maple wood in many people's homes. Perhaps the most famous product of the maple tree is maple syrup. It is very sweet, and people all over the world like to eat Canadian maple syrup on their pancakes and ice cream.
Okay. Products. Perhaps the most famous product is maple syrup. So maple syrup is kind of like honey, right? You can pour it out. It's really sweet. It tastes very different from honey, but it's like honey. It's the only thing that you probably had before that could be the closest thing to maple syrup. I wish you could try some, but it's hard to get it and it's expensive. It is. Yeah, it is. It's kind of like a caramel too. It's really, really good.
Maple syrup comes from the sap of the maple tree. Sap is the liquid inside the tree. At the end of winter, people put taps into the maple trees. They put more taps into bigger, older trees. The sap runs out of the taps into buckets. People empty the buckets every evening. After about 4 weeks, people take the taps out of the trees. Each tap produces about 45 liters of sap in a year. The taps do not hurt the trees, and maple trees can live for about 30 years. People boil the sap to make maple syrup. They boil it for a long time. You need 40 liters of maple sap to make 1 liter of maple syrup.
Wow, that's a lot of sap. 40 liters to make 1 liter of maple syrup. Probably why it's so expensive. Yeah. Maple trees can leave. It's not leave, it's live. Live for about 30 years. Yeah. Yeah. It's also the same as I live in Indonesia. Yeah. To be alive, to live for about 30 years. We live about 80 years. If we're lucky, we live. People can live to about 80 years old. Some of us can live older if you're healthy and you're lucky. Yeah.
No.
Would you like to visit Canada?
Maybe.
Maybe. If you had some maple syrup? Would you like to try maple syrup?
Yeah.
Do you like ice cream?
Yes.
Do you like pancakes?
Yeah. I don't taste it yet.
Yeah, I was going to say you probably never had pancakes yet. They're pretty easy to make. But yeah, you have to try them and to see if you like them or not. It's kind of like crepes too, I think, the French crepes. You've probably had that. All right. So where does maple syrup come from besides Canada? Where does
maple tree?
Yeah, it comes from maple trees. The maple syrup comes from maple trees, but what is it that makes maple syrup? What is it they take from the tree?
A sap.
Yeah, the sap. So what is a sap? Or what is a sap? I don't think I can count sap. Uncountable. So what is sap? Does it have leaves? Does it walk? Does it swim? So what is it? Where is the sap?
In a tree?
It's in it's in all trees. All trees have sap inside it. That's right. So it's the liquid inside a tree. Did you ever see a tree and maybe it's been cut or damaged and it's like a gum? They make bubble gum from sap too. And it's sticky.
Sticky?
Yeah, it's like sticky, but it's a liquid that comes out of the tree. Have you ever touched it or felt it before?
No.
No. Okay. Well, where I grew up, I was surrounded by trees. So I know sap very well. I actually would cut the dry sap off a tree as kids and we would eat it, but we would just chew it and chew it and chew it. And the more you chew it, it turns into gum. It's not very good gum because the gum tasted like a tree.
Ew. Ew, ew.
There was no peppermint flavor or a cherry flavor or strawberry flavor. It was only one flavor, tree flavor.
Tree flavor.
That was it. But it was just cool to do it. So we did it as kids. And because we heard that that's how they made gum. Yeah. All right. It's like, so it's a liquid in the trees. All trees have it. Some trees, they use the sap to make rubber. As I said, some they use to make gum. Some they use to make syrup. I can't think of any other reasons they would use sap for, but I'm sure there's other reasons. So if it's the liquid in a tree, what's the liquid in us? Is there any, I want to know if you know what liquid is. Is there any liquid in your body or in my body or your mom's body?
No.
No liquid? What happens if you cut yourself?
There's blood.
Oh, what's blood?
A liquid.
Yeah. So we have liquids in us too. We have other kinds of liquids too, but that's not the lesson today. What time of year do people collect the sap from the maple trees?
40.
What?
40.
No, what time of year do people get the sap from the maple trees? When do they do that? Christmas? Ooh. When do they get the sap? When do they harvest the sap to make maple syrup? Is not a month. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. When do they get the sap? When is the best time of year to get the sap from the maple tree? Cut this. Sap is liquid inside the tree, At the end of the winter, people put taps into the maple trees. So when is the end of the winter? What season is the end of winter? What season comes after that? Because you guys get summer and a rainy summer. And that's the
Rainy
only,
summer?
that's the only summer. That's the only weather you get in Jakarta. Summer, hot summer, and wet summer. But in northern countries, some southern and northern countries, they have 4 seasons. What are the 4 seasons? Of course, we have winter and summer. What are the other 2? One comes just before summer, one comes just before winter. When all the leaves turn red and yellow. Because it's starting to get cold. You don't know your seasons?
No.
Summer, autumn, or fall. Summer, autumn, winter. One more. Spring. So the end of winter is the beginning of spring. That's when everything is melting. All the snow is melting and it's starting to get warmer. So that's when they put the taps in the trees to get the sap in the springtime. So that's like, when does spring start in Canada? I think March 22nd is spring. March, April.
22nd.
I think so. I'm trying to remember because they actually have dates for that. By March and April is spring in Canada. And then the summer comes in the end of June, I think. Yeah, so that's when they collect the sap from the trees. How do people get the sap out of the tree? So here we are, it's sap season. Sap season. Time to get the sap so we can make our money for the year. How do we get the sap out of the tree? Trees. If you only had one tree, you'd be in big trouble. How do we get the sap out of the tree? You said you're prepared. Do you cut the tree down and to get the sap?
No.
No? So what do? How do you get the sap out of the tree? So they put something in the tree. What do they put into the tree?
A bucket.
They put the bucket in the tree? Are you sure? Look at the picture. What do you call that thing that they bang into the tree so that the sap can come out? What do they call that? Glory. Taps. They call them taps. Those little metal things that they stick in the tree. And then there's a little hook at the bottom and you can hook your bucket on it and you leave it there. And then the sap drips out of the tree into the bucket. Got it? Okay. They're called taps. Do you have any taps in your house?
No.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No.
Where are the taps in your house? In the cat?
No.
No, not in the cat. In the wall?
Huh?
On the sofa?
No.
What about the kitchen?
Mm.
How do you get the water in the kitchen to wash the dishes?
A tap.
When you go and you turn the taps on, the water comes out, or you turn off the tap. Water tap.
Water tap.
Yeah, those are water taps, not tree taps, but it's a tap. And then when you go take a bath or a shower and you turn the water on, those are taps too. Now you know what a tap is. Unbelievable. How much sap comes out of a tap each year. So means one, right? So in one tap, one season, 1 year, how much sap can they get from one tap? How much sap comes out of a tap each year? So one tap. What now? What?
What?
How much sap does one tap produce? 1 liter? 100 liters? 1,000 liters?
100.
Oh, Gary, it's in your reading. Right in the middle.
Produces about 45 liters of sap.
45 liters of sap. That's what one tap can produce. About that much. I'm sure everyone is a little bit different. So one tap will give you about 45 liters. And I think they only get sap for about a month. So that's like 30. So they might get a liter, point something a day, I guess. So how many liters of sap does it take to make 1 liter of maple syrup?
What?
How many liters of sap does it take to make 1 liter of maple syrup? Right? They don't just take the sap and say, hey, here's your maple syrup. Buy it and enjoy it. No, it would taste like wood gum.
With the gum.
It would taste like wood flavored bubble gum. So that would not be good. Would not be good. So they have to boil it for a long time. It talks about that in here. They boil it for a long time. So how many liters does it take to make 1 liter of maple syrup?
160.
What? 1 liter. The last paragraph. People boil the sap and make maple syrup. In that part, it says, what's all that smoke? Are you smoking?
No.
Oh my God. Who's smoking?
I don't know.
Your cat smoking cigars?
No.
Smoking those big, fat cigars? Unbelievable. All right. So it's in the last part right there. It tells you how many liters you need to make 1 liter of maple syrup. How many liters do you need? 10,
1
20.
liter?
To make 1 liter of maple syrup, how many liters of sap do you need? Syrup.
40 liters.
40 liters. That is correct. Unbelievable. How long can a maple tree live?
30 years.
Yeah, about 30 years. I thought they could live longer than that, but I guess only 30 years. How much sap do you need to make 4 liters of maple syrup? Now you got to do math.
Math.
Now you have to do math. If you want to make 4 liters of maple syrup, how much maple sap do you need?
80.
80. How much to make 1 liter?
40.
How much to make 2 liters?
80.
That's 80. So 4.
160.
160. Yeah. Oh, now you know why you have to prepare next time for a test, right?
Okay.
Last question. Little Glory, if you could go to Canada or any other country, any other, you can go to Japan, you can go to Australia, England, London, Singapore, Yogyakarta, Bali, anywhere. You could have a vacation free. Where would you go and why would you go there? And you can take your mom and your cat. But no cigars. Where would you go? Where's that? The Pacific Ocean? I want to go to the islands in the South Pacific Ocean.
Bali.
You'd go to Bali. Really? You can go anywhere in the world. You're not going to go see the pyramids in Cairo, Africa, or do a safari, or you're going to go to Bali. Okay. Have you been to Bali before?
No.
Not yet, huh? That's why you want to go to Bali. Bali is beautiful. Bali is beautiful, but you live in a big city. So you don't see a lot of the beauty in Indonesia, because Indonesia is a very special place with like 26,000 islands, beautiful beaches and wildlife and jungles everywhere. If you get a chance to go touring around and visiting different places all over Indonesia, you will be very happy and very surprised how beautiful Indonesia is. But you live in a jungle too. The thing is, you live in a concrete jungle.
Concrete jungle.
Concrete is what the walls are made of. You know, all the concrete that they used to make the houses and the buildings. So you live in a jungle, but it's not a rainforest jungle. It's a concrete jungle. That's what some people call.
Concrete jungle.
Yeah, that's what people call cities. Concrete jungles, especially big ones. And Jakarta is a big one. Did you know Jakarta is like the second biggest city in the world?
No.
It's a big city. When you leave Jakarta, it's hard to find a city as big as Jakarta. I like your headphones. It's cool. I hope you'll wear them more, and I hope you prepare next time. But it's all right. We did okay. It's your first test. So now we're going to go to interest 4. And it's holidays here too. Everybody's gone. It's just me and Lay here today. And it's holidays there. And we will open again next week, this week coming. So our first class, I think, is not this Monday, but we're going to switch to Monday. I don't know if you know already, but our classes are going to be on Monday nights, I think. But Miss Lay will talk to your mom and make sure that everybody knows the schedule. So I will see you. Are you smoking again?
No.
Where's that smoke coming from?
I don't know.
You tell that cat to stop smoking cigars. No more that lazy cat. Unbelievable. He just sleeps all the time and eats and sleeps and then sits back and smokes big cigars. That's a crazy cat. I got to get a picture. All right. We'll see you next week sometime in interest 4. Bye, Glory.
Bye.
I'll do your video and send it to you soon.
Okay. Bye.